Hello, Penny Jane Love here. Today we're going to have a wig chat about Ray by Rene of Paris in two colors, Melted Marshmallow Rooted and Creamy Toffee-LR. Ray is a part of the high fashion collection of the Rene of Paris brand. It has loose curls that are heavily tapered and kind of wispy at the ends. It has a hand-tied lace front. So let me show you guys this lace front. Now, it's not the most natural hairline. I want to say that I feel like the lace is a little bit stiff, and let me show you again. The lace blends in pretty well with my scalp, but you can see those knots up there. I want to say that the knots are probably about medium in size, and you can really see them. Now, remember, I've told you guys many times, there's several things that you can do to try to help so that those knots don't look quite so noticeable, and I'm actually going to show you one thing that you can do as an example today. So I'm going to put on a dark cap. Okay, so I have a dark cap on, so now I'm going to put on Ray and I'm going to show you those knots again. All right, got Ray back on, so let me pull this up again and show you the knots now. All right, now look. See the difference there? You don't notice those knots nearly as much now. Now, if you like having a part that shows down to your scalp and has a natural looking scalp, you're going to lose that when you put on a cap. But if not showing that the scalp in your part is not a big a deal as having those knots show, then I would go for I would go for the darker cap, because I would prefer to have a part that doesn't show all the way to the scalp than to have those little knots that show. So that's just my personal opinion, but I just wanted you guys to see it as an example of something that you can do if those knots really bug you, but you have a wig that you really love and you wish you could do something about those knots. One option is putting on a darker cap. Another option is you could take some darker eyeshadow that kind of matches the knots and put it just sparsely in those where those knots show, and that will kind of help to hide them as well. Ray has a left-sided monofilament part, and when you do not have a cap on, or if you don't have hair, you can see right down to the scalp, so it looks pretty natural. It has a standard cap, and it is the standard machine-made cap. The size is average, and I want to say that the cap fits me pretty well. The earpieces they do come to kind of like the concave where my ear meets my head, but it's comfortable. And it does not have the extended nape, but I don't feel like it's riding up. I do have a long head. I have an oblong face shape. My face is 8 inches. My neck is 4 inches. And I'm kind of flat in the back. So I usually prefer the extended nape, but this one feels like it's holding pretty well. I don't feel it sliding up. So I feel like it's a pretty good, it's fitting me really well. Let's talk about the fibers. So the synthetic fibers on Ray. Now this is my opinion about the fibers. I don't feel like the fibers are ultra soft. I don't feel like they are the softest synthetic fibers that I have felt. They are lightweight and small and denier, interestingly enough. Most wigs that I have tried, most wig fibers that I have felt that are ultra soft are smaller and denier. So it's interesting to me that they're lightweight and that they have a small denier, but they're not ultra soft. Now that's not to say that they're rough and they're uncomfortable. I'm just talking about kind of on the scale as far as synthetic fibers go. They're not the ultra soft. I would say they're pretty average feeling. I want to say that the fibers have maybe just a slight bit of a shine to them, but it's not terrible, and it's not something that you couldn't take care of with just a little bit of dry shampoo. So on the density of Ray, so I want to say that the density is light to average. There's not a lot of permatease. The only place you're going to find some permatease is maybe a little bit in the crown and a little bit on the sides. I would say it's, as far as permatease goes, it's a little permatease. It's not a ton. Now, when looking at Ray, though, I don't know if it's just me. You know, it's not a dense wig. It doesn't have a ton of hair. I want to say it's about average as far as the amount of hair. I do feel like it looks a little bit like a square or a box up here, but I think that's the style of it, and that's not necessarily coming from it having too much permatease up top, because it really doesn't have a ton of permatease. Now, the weight. It's a light wig. This wig only weighs 2.93 ounces. I do not feel like it's a hot wig. I feel like it's a pretty cool wig. You know, the fibers are pretty lightweight, and it doesn't have a ton of hair. It's on the light to average side as far as the amount of hair goes. It's not super dense. So those things are going to lend to being a cooler wig. All right, let's talk about these links next. All right, let's talk about these links. The bangs are at their longest 8.5 inches. The crown is 7.5 inches, and the nape is 3 inches. And when I turn around, I want you guys to look at how cute these layers and the way that the ends of the layers are kind of wispy are. So again, we have 8.5 inches for the bangs, 7.5 inches at the crown, and 3 inches at the nape. Okay, let's talk about this cap. So I did go ahead and put on the creamy toffee, long rooted, so that you guys could see that while I'm showing you the cap. I don't know which color I like the best. You know, I'm usually a platinum blonde girl, but I really like this creamy toffee. I do feel like it might be just a little bit more shiny than the melted marshmallow is, but I don't know. I think it's cute. All right, so let's talk about this cap. So it does have the temple to temple lace front. Again, I do feel like it's kind of a coarse and stiff lace front, but it didn't feel itchy, I don't think. It has the left-sided monofilament part. And then it's pretty much a standard machine-made cap. You're going to find a little bit of permatease here. You know, I don't think the permatease is meant to so much give it volume as it is just to maybe hide those wefts. And it's definitely not overdone. There's a little bit here at the crown, and there's some on the sides. It has the velour covered ear tabs that have the metal stays in them. They're not real thick. This part, I would say, is one of the thinner ear tabs that I have seen, but they seem to work fine. Again, it does not have an extended nape. It has the bra-like strap adjusters. And it is open wefted. And let me show it to you this way. You know, I hate telling you guys this because I feel like I do it all the time, but you know, the more I wear it, the more it grows on me. Now, these are, you know, they're not straight out of the box, but I have not done a lot to them at all. They're, you know, I don't think that they would require a lot of work at all. To wear to get it to where you would like it. I did feel like it required a little bit of work, but it was mostly just with my fingers and playing around with those fibers for a little bit. Look at these wispy ends. Isn't that cute? So it's definitely a cute piece, and if you like this style and everything, you know, I think it's a good wig. Okay, let's talk about these colors. So this is the melted marshmallow, and I was able to go outside and film these in natural light. It is not sunny today, it's cloudy. In fact, we got a snowstorm here over the weekend, but at least you'll be able to see it in natural light. Here is the melted marshmallow in natural light. Here is the creamy Toffee-LR in natural light. Okay, so on the colors, so the creamy toffee is, again, it has that long root, as you can see, and it has, the base is a light golden or a medium blonde base. They say it's a light golden brown, but it looks more like a medium blonde to me. And then it has a few of the light blonde and maybe a few of the light golden blonde highlights. This is definitely more of like a golden blonde kind of color. The melted marshmallow is, again, rooted. It's a standard root. It's not the long root. And the root is medium brown. And it has like a sandy blonde kind of base. And what comes to mind for me with the base of this one, that sandy blonde, it's kind of like a taupe kind of color in a sense. And then it has like light ash blonde highlights. Show you that up close. I'll show you this one again up close. So both of these are considered to be blondes. This one I just would consider more of like a platinum or champagne kind of blonde, usually what I prefer. And this creamy toffee is more like I want to say a golden blonde, but it's a very pretty color too. I really like both of them. In fact, I almost think I like the way this one looked better on me better than the platinum one this time. Let's see if I can show you this way too up close so that you can see. Okay guys, let's talk about styling. So I don't think there are a lot of styling options, and you guys know I am not a super skilled styler, but because of the cut and everything, I don't think you have a lot of styling options, but you have some. First of all, I didn't have any problems putting in my glasses at all. They are sitting under the ear tabs, and you know, this wig, for the fit, I just wanted to point out, it fits snug, but not as snug as Noriko wigs. It's not loose and it's not too tight. I feel like it's a good snug, just to let you know. Now, on styling her, again, I don't think there's a ton of styling options, but let me show you guys a few things I came up with. Thank you so much for watching this wig review. This wig review was brought to you by Lori Powell, the owner of Lori's Lemonade Stand, a wig boutique. Lori's Boutique is located at 13980 Guidera Drive in Rancho Cucamonga, California. The phone number is 909-803-0310. The website is loris-lemonade-stand.com. You can email Lori at loris-lemonade-stand.com. Thanks again. See you next time.